We the walking dead. The hood's a graveyard, straight up cemetery, full of walking corpses that talk obituaries. Am I lying, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Mental House. I am your host, Khadijah. Yes, I have been on a little semi-vacation for a couple days, and I just thought that I better get back and get back to my people and at least make a comment about what I see happening in terms of the mental health issues, and just the crazy stuff that go on in our neighborhoods that, I don't know who can solve it. I really don't. And today I want to talk about two crazy incidents that should just solidify for most of us that we gonna have to build a wall right here in some of our neighborhoods. We're gonna have to separate the wheat from the chaff. We're going to have to stand up and be counted, because some of these people in our communities we just gonna have to get rid of. And as parents, some of our young we're going to have to eat. I really do believe that there is a 2 generations of lost people that, unless a miracle comes down like Moses parting the Red Sea, they're lost, and you better stay as far away from it as possible. Okay? All that pie in the sky conversation and, oh, they just need love. Yeah, they do. And they should have got it a long time ago. Because when you got a generation after generation, and then when you got people that are addicted to drama, it's a match made in hell. And I'm saying this to say 2 crazy stories that happen right in the inner city, right amongst black people, what we do to each other, and then we got nerve to talk about the way other people treat us. This is what we're dealing with. This is the mentality that when people are emotionally devastated, when people have not acquired the tools that it takes to even deal with the emotional input and the emotional output of their lives. When we dealing with people that struggle with communicating to the point where if you say anything that they don't like, then they're ready to shoot you, then it's almost like we don't have a chance. We got to do something about this mindset. Okay, we have to. Now I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to tell you about Yasmin Elder, 24. Yasmin is held on a $1 million bond, and she killed her boyfriend. Yasmin is 5'3" and weighs 207 pounds. And her boyfriend was 5'7", and he weighs 130. Okay? No, I'm not going to speak to how come a lot of these little skinny guys love big women. That's not what I'm going to get at here. What I want to get at is this woman was so insane, and she could not handle the argument that she was having with her boyfriend, that she poured bleach. She jumped on top of this guy. She strangled him and started pouring bleach down his face, bleach down his mouth, and he couldn't get up. So he's got all kinds of esophagus burns. This happened in Chicago, by the way, on 65th and Bishop. And this woman has no remorse for what she did to Darius Ellis. I'm sorry. She has no remorse for pouring this bleach down on this man and killing him in that fashion. I want to know what makes a person so crazy and so upset. It's nothing but freaking mental illness. that you would think that you're so angry and you got all the time in the world to calm down. You don't calm down. You pour bleach down your man's face and neck and body and you kill him. You kill him. Now you're a murderer. That is a person that is totally not in control of their emotional health and their mental health. And this is the kind of stuff we have to deal with on a continuous basis. You got a liquor store on every corner, and I keep bringing this up. Then you go to the corner stores, and you got them in there, the little bodegas and everything. They selling alcohol, they selling beer. So you got already a powder keg. You got little kids who see this stuff all day long. They parents drinking, they parents fighting. So the grid, the bar is not set very high. And what happens is you don't want your kids to go to school with these people because it is it's a cesspool. Now, of course, you hate to say that about another innocent child, but it's just like if this innocent child has the plague. You don't want your healthy child, I know I wouldn't, around this child who has the plague. Now, but the situation becomes, how are we going to address these people in our community with the plague? My nephew called me and told me today that he was in the Wendy's. Y'all know the little Wendy's, Junior Bridgman's little establishment right here in, the father of the Wendy's. Wendy's is a pretty, it should be a non-threatening environment. I mean, it is for fast food. As fast food goes, I would think that Wendy's is probably the best. I mean, if I would have to line them up with a Burger King or McDonald's, I'm sorry, y'all, but Wendy's is a pretty mild place, okay? And I would think that usually people that go to Wendy's, they just go there to get them maybe a burger, a nice little salad, or if they're not getting that, maybe a grilled a sandwich, a salad, or something. I will be the last person that would think that I will pull up in the damn Wendy's, like my cousin did, my nephew, and be in a situation where two guys are arguing in the drive-thru because they got, the dual lines. One line is here and one line is there. So when the activity picks up, you don't have to have this long line. You can just move the traffic right along, right? My. I cannot believe what I was told. I was told today, so I'm being a third party person today, that these guys got so mad at each other because, don't forget, there's a dual line. And so it's kind of based on like a common courtesy type of thing. And if this person is in this line right here and this person is coming through, I mean, you might not really want to be that hungry where you can't allow the person to go in front while you wait. It's only going to take a second and then we're all in that line again. Well, apparently for these two brothers it was because they began to shoot at one another inside at the parking lot while people are in line going to pay for their sandwich. What will possess a person to be so crazy? And how can you be so angry just buying a sandwich? Do you understand what I'm saying? How that's what I mean about these people are walking around as human powder kegs. It take one thing to go wrong or one thing that they don't like. There's no common courtesy. There's no decency. There's nobody that can say, hey, I'm sorry. Oh, can I express this to you? No. It has to become a shootout. This is totally insanity. And how can we live like this? We cannot continue to live like this and make excuses for this damn element in our community that is hell bent on destruction. So what are we going to do with them? What are we going to do? That becomes the question. When you couple that with 40%, although we're only 13% of the population, you got 40% of black men that are unemployed. They don't have a job. I'm not talking about somebody that doesn't want to work. I'm talking about men that want to work. Because first of all, it's a fallacy and misnomer that the reputation that most black men have in terms of not caring for their children and not loving their children. I don't believe that, because most of the black men I know, they love their babies. Okay. Now, with that being said, can they support their kids? That's where the problem comes in. That's where the problem comes in. So we got a 50% unemployment rate. We got a liquor store and a drug den on every block. We got little corner stores that sell death. They sell little blunts and they sell all kinds of charbol and things for you to smoke crack. Our little babies watch this as it's up in the counter right in the front with the candy. So at an early age, they are being indoctrinated with drug paraphernalia. And you don't think that this is a match made in hell? I mean, we're going to have to figure this out, family. Nobody can solve this issue right here. Nobody but us. And I'm talking about the wall that we're going to have to build is going to have to be a wall that says, hey, this behavior is acceptable and this behavior is not. There's a code of conduct that we're going to have, and if you violate that code of conduct, then we're going to have to violate you. It's just that simple. It's a matter of life and death now. Well, it's been a matter of life and death, but it's just even more apparent now that we're going to have to do something. We can no longer have these Yasmin elders running around in the community and thinking nothing of it. We can no longer have crazy fools that's running around with pistols that will shoot at the drop of a hat and with no probable cause. They rebels without a cause. What are we going to do about it? Something has to be done. Okay? So now with that being said, I'm putting a call out for people of goodwill, of sound mind, to begin to link up with other people in your community that way and start establishing codes of conduct. You're going to have to flag out your community, and you're going to have to make an adjustment with some of these behaviors because they're no longer acceptable. We got 2 generations of lost folks running around here. They're zombies. The hood's a graveyard, a straight up cemetery full of walking corpses that talk obituaries. What we gonna do about it, y'all? What are we gonna do? All right, I'm gonna go. I'm glad to be back. Glad to make this video, but I want y'all to think about what I'm saying because we in trouble, family. Mental illness is on the rise, and this is the wall that's got to be built. All right. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in the Mental House. Bye-bye.